Hello guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at an Age of Empires 2 build order. This one's going to be an advanced build order for the Archer Rush, and this one's going to be actually a 21 population Archer Rush, which can be done with any civilization. So what makes it advanced? Well, essentially we're going to be pushing deer. So pushing deer does enable us to advance to the feudal age a little bit more quickly. In this instance we're going to be advancing with 21 population, so it does make this Archer Rush a little bit quicker than your standard 22 or 23 population Archer Rush that you would do without pushing deer. So before we have a look at this particular Archer Rush build order, we're going to discuss the pros and the cons. Now some of these pros and cons apply to just general Archer Rushing, but some of them will also apply to this particularly advanced Archer Rush. So what's good about Archer Rushing and what's bad about Archer Rushing, and specifically this particular Archer Rush build order. So as I've already mentioned, this one is actually faster than the standard Archer Rush. The standard Archer Rush you'll generally advance with either 22 or 23 population. This one is 21. So that means that you're able to get an army together a lot quicker, which you can then go on the attack with or repel any early raids. A con for this build order could just be the fact that you have to push deer. Pushing deer can be quite difficult. If you end up with 20 seconds idle time due to pushing deer, then you may as well have just gone for the generic 22 or 23 population Archer Rush, because you'll be advancing at roughly the same time and you'll have a little bit of a better economy. The good thing about this build order advancing a little bit sooner than a normal Archer Rush is the fact that you've got a better chance of countering men-at-arms. So certainly at high levels you'll see men-at-arms being used a lot more frequently, so this can really help counter that. It is however vulnerable to a Dark Age militia rush, as is a normal Archer Rush, and it's also vulnerable to 18 pop scouts. Another con with Archer Rushing is the fact that because archers aren't particularly a mobile unit, by the time they get to the enemy base, quite often the enemy will be fully walled. But again, this is why this particular advanced build order for the Archer Rush is a little bit better. Plus, you can actually get through the walls a little bit easier now since they've had the recent nerfs. And generally Archer Rushes are a little bit harder to defend against, because you can shoot over the walls, you can shoot over wood lines, and if your opponent comes to try and repair the wall or place a house behind it, you should be able to quite easily shoot the villagers. So it's a little bit more difficult to prevent you getting through the walls. However, this strategy can be easily countered by one range skirmishers, because the skirmishers are produced quicker than the archers and they are the hard counter. If you do find that your enemy is going for full skirmishers, it's quite important that you don't engage if you don't have an overwhelming numbers advantage with your archers. If that's the case, just keep them harassing the enemy, moving around the outskirts of the base, attacking wood lines and just being generally annoying, but do not engage, because you don't want to lose all your army. And certainly once you do get to the castle age, you'll be able to upgrade them into crossbowmen, which is a very strong castle age unit. So the bigger the ball of archers that you've got by the time you reach castle age, the better power spike you're going to have once you've got all of those crossbowmen. One big problem with an Archer Rush is that you are actually investing a lot of resources. You've got to build a blacksmith, you're building 2 rangers, and then you're having to maintain production of military units from 2 archery rangers, which means you're going to have a lot of villagers that's going to be on wood and gold, which you would normally want to be having on food, so that you can get to the castle age a little bit quicker. So generally with Archer Rushes you will find that the castle age times are perhaps a minute or 2 slower than a men-at-arms into archers build, or perhaps a scout rush. But once you get there, providing you've got a big ball of archers and you've upgraded into crossbowmen, you should be absolutely fine. Okay, if you're enjoying the video so far, do hit the like button and let me know what you think about this particular build order. But let's dive in and have a little look at the build itself now. Okay, so it's a standard start. Make 2 houses with your starting villagers and send them over to sheep, and then you're going to add 3 more villagers on sheep, giving you a total of 6 on sheep. Following on from that, going to be sending 4 villagers over to wood with a lumber camp. And then the next villager to come out after that is going to go and lure the first boar. And then the next villager to come out is going to go and make 2 houses near the berries, and then go to berries, and then the next 3 villagers will come out and go to the berries as well. At this point you might want to start pushing your deer in. So keep pushing your deer in. You only really need 2, but I always think it's best to get 3. Really depends how greedy you want to be. Once you've got 4 on berries, we can send another 3 villagers onto the boar or the deer. And one of those you're probably going to want to go and lure the second boar with. So we're desperately trying to get this 3rd deer in, and it's all just going totally wrong. Once you've got those villagers on the board, you should be at 19 population. Just leaves you with 2 more villagers to come out. You send them over to the wood, and then you'll get loom. As loom is about to come in, you're going to want to garrison your villagers into the town centre and then quickly ungarrison them again, so make sure you know your hotkeys for doing that. That's just to drop off the food, and then you should be able to click up to the feudal age. As soon as you've clicked up, you're going to send 3 villagers over to the gold from the sheep. We're going to send 2 from the berries over to the wood, and we're also going to send 3 from the sheep over to wood as well, although one of those is going to go onto a straggly tree. And then we're going to take another one from sheep and you can go forward and make a barracks. Just as feudal age is about to come in, take that straggler tree villager, send that one forward to help in building first archery range. As soon as you've got enough wood, just get the second one down as well. You're also going to want to research double bit axe. All new villages for the time being are going to go over to gold, so it's going to be another 4 villages onto gold, giving us a total of 7 on gold. As soon as your archery ranges are made, start producing archers from both ranges. One of those builder villages can just go back over to food, and then get a blacksmith down as well as soon as you can. Don't forget to make your houses. And that villager who's doing the walling and building, that one can just stay doing the walling. Do make sure you got fletching. Once you've got 6 archers from your archery ranges, do send them forward. Any reinforcements can go forward as well. Just set your gather points down there. By this point, you should have enough wood to be able to spare a wood villager to go and help with walling up. So you'll have 2 wallers at this point. Both of those can just go on to food once they're finished. And any new villagers at this point should just be going on to food and trying to get that food economy up and running. As you can see, go forward. Do use your starting scout to pick off any skirmishers, and then once all of your sheep have run out, just make farms with those. So at this point, just keep on maintaining villager production and adding farms. Keep maintaining archer production and really putting the pressure on your opponent. If you have enjoyed this video, do hit the like button. Let me know what you think in the comments, and do consider subscribing for more Age of Empires 2 content. But that is it for this build order, guys. I'll see you on the next one.